Welcome. Let's try to solve Leetcode problem 2191, sort the jumbled numbers. Let's try to understand that. So we have a mapping. So the mapping is sorted from the index to the numbers. So for example, the index 0 has a map of 8. So this index 0 has a map of 8. So for this number 991, so the index 9 mapped to 6. So the result would be 6, 6, and 1 mapped to 9. So it's going to be 6, 6, and 9. But we will sort the numbers according to the numbers inside the nums array, not the mappings. Yeah. We need to return the result according to the sorting of the mapped numbers. But the result should be the numbers inside the nums, not the mapped numbers, not 669, but instead of it is a 991, it should be here. Yeah. So and the result would be sorted in increasing order by the mapped values. So for example, this is 669, and another mapping would be 7 and 7. Yeah. So the final result would be 338 and then 38. Because if there is an equal, we're gonna keep the relative order of this 7 and 7. So we're gonna keep 338 first, and then we're gonna go to 38. This is gonna be the second, and then we go to the last 991. Yeah. So I'm gonna define a function check. So this one gonna just check a number. Yeah. So this check is just to map a number. For example, if my input is 991, so I'm gonna have a return of 669. I'm gonna have a return like this. Yeah. Now let me first try to finish the check function because I'm gonna use it later. Yeah, maybe I would to finish the main function first. So let's try to finish the main function. I'm going to define a result array. So I'm going to put the number with the mapped value inside my result array as a tuple, and then I'm going to sort the result array. After sorting, I can get my result. So let's check all the numbers. So for n inside the nums, so the result array should append the number. So the first number would be n, and the second number would be check n. So why? Because after that I'm gonna sort the array. So result, I'm gonna sort the array according to the index 1. So the lambda x with the x1. Yeah, because in this way, I will keep the relative order. Because in Python, if I use the lambda to sort it according to the second index, according to the check n, the mapped values, actually I can keep the relative order because this is the first index. If they are equal, they will not compare with each other. So finally, I'm gonna return the result A. So for A, B, two numbers inside the result because this array has already been sorted. Now I just need to finish this function. So if I were to turn a number 991 to a number 669, I prefer to use the string. I want to turn it into a string. It's going to be the list of string n. And then inside I'm going to turn the string into an integer. So it's going to be integer n. So for n in S. Now I have an integer array of 991. Now I want to map 991 to my to 669. So 9 mapped to 6. How can I do that? I'm gonna prepare a result as a string. So for n in S. So here this n is an integer. So for this integer 9 inside the S array. So inside this array, I'm gonna map it. So result would plus equal to, I'm gonna use a string because currently it is an integer. Yeah. So it should be the mapping with the this number n, because this n actually it is the index. So for example, it is a 9, so I'm gonna find it from the index 9 and find a 6. So I'm gonna turn this 6 into a string. So finally, I'm gonna return an integer of the result. Yeah, I think this one gonna be easier to code. Now let me run it. Yeah, case would equal to lambda. Now as you can see, it is okay. And in this way, by sorting it according to the lambda function, I'm gonna sort the second index. It is okay for the check function, but I will keep the relative order of the first index, index 0, so it should be okay. Now let me submit it to check if it works. As you can see, it works. And the time complexity is, let me check. So the time complexity would be n log n. So the time consumed from this result array. So for the result array, it depends on how many numbers, and I'm gonna sort it. So it is the length of the nums array. So n log n. So the length of the nums array is 3 times 10 to the power of 4. So it should be okay. Thank you for watching. See you next time.